The maneuverability from these teams with the Tech 9s is strong, but the SK players are fighting back. Oh, wow. That's an incredible shot there from Taco. Still more players left to deal with, though, as the bomb should be able to be planted, and indeed it will be. But who is left to try to defend it?
Alu and Karrigan. Alu picks up an M4, but he's been dropped, leaving Karrigan alone. How much damage can he do in this situation? He sees one player, but what is his play? It's planted default, so I don't know that he can really stop the bomb from being diffused, but he's trying to find something, presumably the AWP, but Fallen just swiping right, denying him entirely. 7-0 in favor of SK.
It's a hard start, but SK are very strong on the CT side. I'd say certainly it's always been a side which I've found to be one of their more successful. So FaZe, they should definitely not be too discouraged just yet. It looks pretty bad on the scoreboard, but there's still plenty of time for FaZe to find their groove. And they'll try to do so this round with Alu on the AWP. They haven't really seen much of, well, many utility on their players or the AWPs either. As you see, a nice
flashbang.
Yeah, that's a very nice pop flash.
Flashbang is nice.
Gonna steal that one.
SK, most of their players, or many of their players, are around or above $10,000. Yet to lose a single round on their CT side. In fairness, that money can quickly disappear on the CT side. And there are angles that Rain is infamous for, but they'll have to wait to get onto their CT side, and by the time they get there, they may not have a fighting chance. Losing a player already, Rain not doing much better. Alu scoping, oh, being teased. Fallen will deny him. So moving forward to avoid max damage from that grenade. But 5 versus 3, he isn't terribly concerned either way.
Here it comes, the remainder of FaZe, looking to try to find salvation with these 3 players as they have 50 seconds to go. Cold in a very devious angle. Surely they'll be hard-pressed to find this one. Gets himself the frag onto Karrigan. Hiroshima now looking to make the play towards Pop Dog. And again, another situation which seems hopeless for FaZe. They are struggling to even get kills at the moment on these SK Gaming members in their gun rounds. There's the drop, but once again, it's a successful defense. This time for, oh, that's a bit awkward. Grenade in your hand. It's not a good way to win a fight in Counter-Strike as it goes 8-0 now. SK still preventing FaZe from getting onto the scoreboard.
A timeout from FaZe. See Robert doing lots of talking behind the team. Kyo, everyone, the whole team's getting involved. Good discussions. They remain focused. They're not too upset by the current situation. 0-8, a horrible start to their T side. Everybody above 11K, close to 12 now on SK. They've got far too much money for this situation as far as FaZe are concerned. Just keeps coming, man. The hits just keep on coming. Fallen knows his angles. He's played enough hours of CS to take his pot shots, consider the likelihoods, and punish them for being true. 8-0. 5 AKs coming out for the FaZe clan. Some grenades as well. A reasonable level. Is this the round where they make their way to the scoreboards?
Very fast play again from Fels into Pop Dog. We know he loves this position. There's one. Can't quite get the second one. An improvement here for FaZe as they try to march in, but Fur with 5 HP takes another frag. Oh, that's incredible stuff there with 5 points of health. Still a problem, still dangerous, but there is still 2 players left here for FaZe, and Nico is one of them. Takes down Fallen now as Alu looks for a good vantage point here on top of the train, top of the green train. What can he find? Nico finds the end of Taco's AWP, leaving it all to the dedicated Opera of FaZe, but oh, so they got Cold in with a very nice AK shot, side of the head, and very, very dead is Alu. 9-0.
It's a buy between the buys. Nothing working for FaZe, nothing at all. Look at the kills on FaZe. Karrigan 1 kill, Rain 1 kill, Nico 2 kills, Kishima 2 kills, Alu 3 kills. Nothing is going the way of FaZe. They're barely turning up to the server.
The economy is outrageous for SK. FaZe can give up any hope of resetting them, or other, well, have to hold that for. We've got the Tech 9s in quickly here. Taco with a close range AWP, confusing it for a shotgun perhaps. Almost as good as in that position as we have Karrigan now. Well, he's no more. He is no more, James. 10-0. It just gets worse and worse here for FaZe.
It's got to the point where Coldzera and Taco are losing money by winning rounds. They start this round with $16,000 in the bank. 10-0, double figures, and it is nil point for FaZe Clan. After some tight maps and great performances, FaZe, some strong victories, this would be a difficult way to lose the tournament, but it's not over yet. There are 5 rounds to be won. They are on the bye once more. They've got an AWP onto Alu, but they aren't getting the kills.
And all they really, I would say, need is 3 rounds. 3 rounds is sort of the minimum, to be honest, to work with, generally speaking, as it can account for you having a chance should you lose the pistol in the following half, but they want to get much more than that, of course. Now they've set themselves up. They've got pressure around T-Main, Popdog, and Ali. And can always go for a 3-pronged attack, but SK have been so good at defending pretty much everything at this point. Taco, the latest addition as far as AWPing is concerned for the SK Gaming team. Doing great work here so far at B. Nice blink shot from him. Kiyoshima hits the ground there as Taco repositions more defensively to make himself untradeable. And that's the power of the AWP. There's untradeable frags. A 5 versus 4 here with 45 seconds to go for SK Gaming.
Credit to Taco's positioning as well. He gave himself a pixel gap to see somebody around the back, but didn't want to allow them to have the double peek. 5 versus 3. Alu, desperate shots being taken through the smoke. 30 seconds to find a way into this site, find a way into winning a round. Bumps getting picked off, but Fallen takes Alu down in response. Creeping up the ladder, can't quite get the frag. That's 1 versus 3 for Rain. No highlights for him just yet. Never forget that performance at DreamHack Valencia oh so long ago from Rain.
This crowd is savage, James. They want the 16-0. Wow.
They're not far off. FaZe Clan are running out of timeouts. This is their second last.
It's a crazy situation, and it's hard to think as well that if we look at that last round, just to see 2 frags, we're thinking, wow, that's the most competitive so far almost that we've seen FaZe look on some of these bye rounds. Not like this is, I'm sure, what FaZe will eventually be thinking if things continue to go this way in this first half. Now we have Tech-9s, we have grenades as the freeze time starts to tick away. And we are soon underway as well with that. Now what is the choice? Previously they selected to go with B. SK have pretty much defended everything. This is where it gets very hard for the Ts. If nothing feels like it's working, what do you do?
Fur is 20 for 2.
Oh my God.
All the MVPs.
Disgusting stuff from Fur.
20 for 2. That is scary stuff. Well then, looks like it's a grenade execute from FaZe one way or another. Be it B, be it A. Lining up, positioning. They may take a quick peek towards upper B, make sure nobody's there. Nobody playing deep. 4 players in A. Taco smoked off his desired angles. Got to be careful. Nico has a look, gets punished for doing so immediately by Taco, but Rain has closed the distance. Phelps is here, but Rain with a 2K. Down to 3-on-3. Phelps, continuation spray in case somebody's close. Not sure if you heard any sound, but now we've got a T in connector.
It's going to work out, looking for the timing. Oh, Fallen's missed him. Oh dear, that's a big problem now for SK. FaZe, perhaps they can close their first round on the board. They can be welcome to the scoreboard, perhaps. It's looking good. It's just Phelps left now. Now he gets caught in the back by Alu. There you go. FaZe on the scoreboard. 1 round of a possible 4 in this first half for them. But how far will they get? They can't just rely upon that one single round. They need to pull more together, because otherwise, if they get reset in a position like this, let's not even think about that just yet. Let's not go there.
Smoke grenades and absolute bedlam is what's required to yield FaZe a single round. But of course, SK had money just ticking around, waiting to be used. The full buy is in, but just the 1 AWP in this round for SK. Taco doing good work towards B in the previous rounds, as evidenced by the scoreboard. but it's time to change their approach. FaZe making inroads on the A bomb sites. The pop flash is coming in, but they'll be avoided very easily. The second one, they're not prepared for it. Karrigan spraying a lot, Fallen with a cheeky pick for the AWP, and that will be enough.
Fallen ever dangerous on the AWP in these positions as he looks for the next player to attack onto him. As the FaZe clan approaches, they get closer and closer. Fallen looking for the right timing. Oh, there you go. Ali with a great peek. Another one coming in, takes down Phelps. Just cold on the bomb train now. Looking to hold it down. Ali doesn't stop though. Quick 3 frags from him with that AWP. Wonderful stuff, allowing FaZe to have space to take that A bomb site. Now as Fur, the man with all the frags for the SK Gaming team, finds himself alone in a 1 versus 4. How much damage can he do? Because surely SK have all the money to play with.
Well, you say that, but life can quickly get expensive for a CT side forced to buy up with 5 players. That said, all FaZe can get is 4 rounds. So you see this will bridge the gap. Fallen with 3,500, although first still just shy of $10,000. 11-2. Coming up very shortly indeed. See if FaZe can continue this momentum through the end of the first half. What a shocking start for them.
Oh yeah, absolutely horrendous start to be honest, but great to see Alu bailing them out in time of need with those fast 3 frags. And it's important as well to be able to feel as though you can play aggressively and not to sort of have your confidence be mentally shut down, because that's the most important thing when you want to play fast and aggressive. You have to be at the peak of your confidence to be able to hit shots like this, to be able to read the game like this, as Alu did. And hopefully for FaZe will continue to do, because they have so much work that they need to do. Double AWP onto SK Gaming. FaZe now, what are they going to go for? Another fast play here from Karrigan. Straight down into the yard.
Fallen, he sees the flashbang, gets caught by it. Awkward positioning for him. Very fast run onto Karrigan. Looking for more. Taco delivering again with the AWP towards B. Repositioning, spotted the bomb. Will there be a rotation? Fur makes his way in. And Phelps, he's close to the ladder. There goes Alu. It's falling apart once more for FaZe Clan. Kishima moving into the B bomb site, but he is alone. Everybody's dead. The CTs continue to move into the side.
It is Cold who's brandishing the deagle for SK Gaming.
All the AKs are coming in the following round. This is still a very dangerous round for FaZe. Devastating things have been done with pistols all tournament. Cold with a deagle. Some P250s around as well, and 2 Glocks. Fishing is Cold Zero, but in fact, he's the one who will get baited by Nico. 10-round advantage for SK. Phelps trying to close distance, taking Nico by surprise, but still has many advantages in that situation. 3 players remaining. A bomb plant would be a bonus, but Kishima is ready for it. His back's covered by Alu as well. Insult to injury there.
Yeah, for the NECT side, because if you get these AKs into that yard, you can start playing sort of almost, AK DM. You have all these long ranges. You have a really huge advantage because the CTs want to hold on to their UMPs. I think this often can force the CTs into close positions on the A yard to play close to pop dogs, so that you can keep those UMPs in spots where they're actually useful. Because as soon as you enter those long ranges with the UMPs, they are useless against the AKs. However, SK, they might take a slower approach here and focus on B, but the fast play from Nico is good to take down Cold. The smoke to try to get out of this position. He got into it, he got a pick, but can he get out safely? That's now the question, because SK are swarming. They don't want to let him escape here. Looking to spray through the smoke. Another one from Nico, and it's the 3rd as well. That's exactly what FaZe need. Absolutely crushing this round. Nico single-handedly, he'll die, but he's done enough.
For now, but SK are still alive and they're still dangerous. Phelps can't quite get the fatal spray. For fearlessly charging through the smoke, gets an upgrade to the AK as well. And at least those AKs are far away from the rest of FaZe if he is to go down here. Already tagged to half health, tries to make a play for it, but the spray, too many guns trained in his direction. 1 AK collected by Kishima. FaZe continue to climb, one stone at a time. Now it's their turn to get some smoke kills. FaZe Clan, 8-round deficits. SK with the Deagles once more. Loss bonus continues to rise, as do FaZe Clan.
And FaZe really need to keep the integrity of their economy, and this is a round where if you're thinking about that, you can often be a bit scared of it, because these Deagles can find crazy 1D, especially in the hands of SK, of course. So we'll be looking for that. Karrigan looking to smoke off these players, but perhaps playing in front of the smoke. Oh dear, Phelps gets the kill after all. A very labored spray there from Karrigan is going to take him down low, but he'll fall. So that's one frag for SK and some positioning around Ali. This affects the rotation of FaZe because they have to make sure that they are covered from the right spots. And now SK look for more picks with these Deagles as they start to appear from T main. But what angles will they find? What angles will FaZe give them?
SK trying to find a hole. Look at the greed there. He's looking at the gun. Crosshair pointed down, but that gun is far too far away, and Ali's almost guaranteed a kill. Indeed, he'll get one. Rain cleaning up towards main. 2 pistols left. The bomb nowhere near either site for a potential plant. That's a nice opening from Taco. Can he close the distance though towards connector? Fallen still static, and look at that, he's read the rotation, and it's a full one from FaZe. All 3 players in the bomb site. Taco waiting, but will FaZe send somebody back towards the A side? They've spotted Taco now. Fallen continues to creep. There are 27 seconds here.
I love how Taco's not committing to a fight. He just wants to make it look like he's trying to get those fast pre-fires in. And all of a sudden, I think FaZe now finally realized they got a player in connected. Like, oh no, the bomb's actually gone down. Fallen's got a Deagle too. And where is he standing? You have no idea. Sure, Taco's going to die, but Fallen, already so much time's been wasted. Oh, he doesn't look for the frag though around the side of the train. Nico creeping on up on to Fallen's position. And we'll give the round there to FaZe. But they did do a great job, SK, in getting some damage in and getting the bomb plant. It just shows you how aware these players are.
That bomb plant essentially gives them maximum loss bonus before they reach it. The extra money will give them the full buy. Although Fallen doesn't have a helmet. Does not have a helmet with his AWP. We'll keep an eye on that and see if it plays a part in this coming round. 13-6. 7 rounds needed for FaZe to tie the score. Lots of opportunities for SK to slow them down, or something more than that. Phelps towards the IV position with an off angle. We'll see when SK starts to go fishing. First, they'll take the upper B area, make sure it's secure. Give themselves maximum options as is reasonable with expected map control on the T side.
Nice angle here from Nico. Oh, the quick switch just at the wrong moment. It's that tick, man. You never like to see that one, but it happens. It happens to all of us eventually. Not a great time to happen though in a grand finals though, but never mind. At least no one has died because of it just yet. We've got Karrigan here watching the Ali position. Ali as well. Taco played so well on the CT side from that position. Very impressed by his AWP work on train so far. And Nico once again looking at these T main angles on another position. This time as we start to see SK on the march in towards the A bomb site. Dropping out a pop dog. Nico defends the first one. Altering his position. Frag. Number 2 from Nico. How many more will he get? There's another for 3 now on Nico. He's done so much work for his team as they start to encroach upon the bomb train. They've been spotted now by Rain. He'll fall, but will his teammates be able to cover this? Kiyoshima in from the back though. Fallen desperately tries to get his way onto the bomb, but Nico with the denial. Nico is lifting his team at the moment.
That gap is getting smaller. SK have not won a single round in this half just yet. And in total, only 2 T rounds have been won on this map. 2 T rounds. Doesn't bode well for SK as things continue here. And they will take a timeout, the SK team. Again, it's max loss bonus now. Some extra money than you'd normally have, thanks to some plants here and there. They could go for a buy. Fallen's a bit short of 3,400, but everybody else can pull out an AK should they want to. Some discussion between the team, guys. We're 3 rounds away. Where is the gap? Where is the weakness in this FaZe team?
It's really crazy right now as well because FaZe are getting into this territory where they can pretty effectively rebuy should they lose a round two to full strength. So they sort of bought another life in that sense. So SK, they do need to get this damage and they do need to get the bombs down as well and to try to keep the pressure high onto FaZe to stop them from getting this momentum, severe momentum. They've got 5 rounds in a row right now, so everything's starting to feel really good for FaZe's defense. And again, CT side train, you can often find this, and it's a fast round perhaps to try to answer FaZe's defense. Got a quick couple nades in here, and we'll have many players running in, some of which blinded, and Nico will put them out of their misery. First one to fall, the Flames will take Nico. So what can FaZe do now that he's dead?
Rain trying to stop the bomb from going down, but he'll take Fallen out in the meantime. Bomb planted, another shot from Rain. Looking very difficult for SK, despite the AK advantage. Getting out-aimed by FaZe at the moment. Phelps and Cold remain. Difficult times ahead. How can they protect this bomb? Smoke down on the bomb. Cold trying to find an angle. He has to go past E-Box though, spot some shadows. There's one kill. Here's an infuse coming in. Finally the spray is there. Last player above the ladder. So awkward, but Ali's found the angle. Got a kiss as well, but can he find the bomb? He can. 8th round on the board for FaZe. Close, but not close enough. First gone from 20-4-2. to 22-11.
Yeah, man, that CT side was very, very good from SK, but it's now FaZe who are hitting the groove. You can see that they found their mojo on the second half. They're not too far away from SK Gaming, but it's a very tense climb for them as we now see SK Gaming sending a lot of players towards Ali. So we'll have, oh no, actually just onto the dumpster here. So it looks like they'll actually go for a set play onto A with smokes. See how successful this execution will be. We've got Rain up close, some counter grenades in from the CTs. You'd expect SK to wait those out before they rush in. And there it is, the second round of smokes to now go in with. Let's see if SK can get this done on the entries.
Taco Fallen Fur making their way into the site, making their way straight into shallow graves for the most part, but the trades come back 3-on-3. Lots of time on the clock here, and the kills keep coming in. Nothing but headshots coming from SK, trying to plant the bomb on the high ground. Ali may take a shot from the low, but there he is. The smoke disappears, and Fur spotted, swatted. 2-on-2. Kiyoshima coming through the connector area. SK, both players from the same position. Halu could spot them if he goes to the peak. Could even be a collateral. No, completely denied. Kiyoshima, though, has full information. Throws the smoke down, doesn't realize the bomb's on the high ground though. That's not really going to help him. But he spots Fallen going for the spray. Where's Cold Zero? It's a one-on-one. He's got to jump. Does he realize where the bomb is just yet? I don't know if he does. Cold Zero around the corner. Creeping. Kishima's got no idea. And finally, SK win their first round of the second half.
It's so hard to know where is that last guy. It's so difficult on that A-bomb site. Could be absolutely anywhere. So many trains, so many angles, so many corners. But it's going to be indeed that first round for SK. And they kept grinding it into that A-bomb site. Eventually it works. But that's the question. That's the first thing that has worked indeed. So, you know, what do they go to? Do they want to play a similar round? Do they want to mix things up? FaZe, of course, don't really have the luxury of experimentation on this CT side, being so many rounds down. SK looking to expand their presence towards the upper areas of B. So there won't be anyone on the high ground here, just Kiyoshima low with that FAMAS, but it's Aliu actually from the connector position. Great setup here. Aliu and Kiyoshima knocking him down. It's just Cold Zero to answer back, but not for too long. First found a gap to move through, but now he's the last man standing, but not for too long. He will stand no longer. Another round quickly by FaZe, a very good way to answer back because that will reset SK Gaming.
Great energy from Robban behind his team. SK taking a timeout, just that one round, and they get reset. Fur and Fallen. For the longest time, only had 1 kill apiece in this half, and now it's 3, but are they doing enough to take it over the line? 2 rounds away, FaZe 5 rounds behind, continuing their march, continuing the catch-up. And that was a key round because both teams were pretty low on money. FaZe still not in the most spectacular place, but I was going to say SK can't afford to buy. Maybe realizing the situation, they're going for the force buy. They've got some grenades, they've got some pistols. But maybe they need a spot of luck.
Let's see if they are serendipitous this time around, if Lady Luck is with them, because against any team of either caliber, a little bit of luck is always going to be required. Now we have just those pistols indeed. coldzera going in close with the CZ, just rushing in. Oh, the timing there with the smoke. I think that blew him just before they would be able to see him. That's amazing. The timing is so thin, so fine. As coldzera waits for the perfect moment to strike here. And as his team start to create distraction, maybe he could do something, but I think some carefree spray through the smoke will find coldzera. Just about time that FaZe start getting their own smoke kills against the likes of SK, as right now we'll see the rest of the players here annihilated, wiped off the face of the server in this round at least. FaZe 4 rounds away now after that first half. Can you believe it? They've come so far to get a respectable scoreline, but there's still so far to go.
Nice repositioning from Kirishima. Teammates taking his post so he can stop the bomb plant from going down. Most of the kills stolen by his teammates as well. So again, the force buy from SK has failed. Their money's not in the right place. FaZe continue their march, and these comebacks, they're scary. Heading towards the major as well, they are pretty scary. FaZe looking strong. Not afraid to play from a significant deficit by any means. They have confidence in their skills and they're demonstrating them at the moment. SK with some flashbangs, desperately trying to get the bomb down. They may just achieve it this time, they will. Mostly Glocks in this round for them, so just looking to make some extra cash. Looking for bigger fights in the coming rounds. That's exactly what they'll get.
And on the desk earlier, we heard Yanko talking about mental fortitude. And this is just like a new level of mental fortitude from both teams to see that. First of all, that SK had such an unwaveringly strong focus to have such a crazy streak of rounds. And then even still for FaZe, once again, to one-up them almost in being down so many rounds, but to show that fortitude to actually come back to 11 rounds, to this situation where they're within arm's reach of tying it up with SK towards the end of this second half. But indeed, we've got the buy back here for SK as they start to make their way into some angles to look for those early picks into this round. Fallen, will he find something? Seeing some grenades there in the trajectory might give him a tiny bit of info. Forward play there from Carrigan and Ali. This 1v1 could be absolutely massive here for the first advantage. Who is going to get it? Phelps goes for the peek. It's Carrigan. Fast headshot with the AK that he collected previously. And now Fur, he'll respond in kind in the A bomb site.
Ooh, that was close on the bomb train, but not quite. There's a massive flank coming in from Rain, but look at the repositioning of the T's. coldzera with perfect timing. There are big advantages for SK now. They've still got a minute on the clock, a minute plus. A man advantage. Only 3 players for FaZe with lots of areas to cover. 1 deep in B, the remaining 2 towards A. They still have the AWP onto Alu. That might make the difference later on. SK don't want to play the clock too much. We've seen it cause problems for them. Can be your best friend, but soon turn into your worst enemy as it continues to tick. There goes Fallen. Bomb spotted in A. That will leave FaZe confident with 2 of the 3 players towards the A side, but it can be collected. And again, there's still time for a rotation from SK.
And slowing things down now. There's only 25 seconds left to go. SK, they have to make the move. They have to do it. They've got to get that bomb planted soon. Less than 20 seconds now as Alu has a very nice angle, a very fine angle, not an easy shot by any stretch, but here he goes, connects it of course. Alu under pressure is when you get the best out of him, and there's still more to be done as they worry about his position, but they have to get the bomb planted just in the nick of time. They'll get it down, but that's all the time in the world for Alu to try and just shoot some feet, but it'll be Rain to take the frag. Alu finds Fur, trying to go for Pop Dog, but he won't make it there. Another round for FaZe as they bring it back. 12 for them now against the 14 of SK. Just 2 from tying this. Crazy stuff here in this grand final.
We've seen some comebacks in this tournament against NA teams. We saw Fallen say that he's seen this before, but maybe he is subject to it at the moment. FaZe clawing themselves back from defeats in all these rounds in the second half. SK have won 1. We have seen 5 defuses from FaZe Clan on their CT side. Maybe we'll see a 6th in this round. The buy is out again from SK. Not much in the name of grenades, but they've got the 5 AKs. No warps. 2 players with intentions towards Ivy. Cold and Phelps. The rest of the team towards main. Will this be a faster play from SK? They've got Fur inside the A bomb site just about. And perhaps the players towards Ivy can pull the CTs out of position while Fur tries to get some work done. Repeats Nico, but Nico will not be denied.
Nor will Carrigan. Over by Ali. It's only fallen to respond, but quickly taken down. It's bittersweet there as his team is left in a 2 versus 3. coldzera critically low, in need of medical attention. Taco trying to do something here. Takes down Nico finally, but it leaves it all to Cold, the weakened player, on his last legs here in this round, as he tries to get himself into a spot where he can plant this bomb, but first he must collect it. At the very least, there's time to do so, but he needs to get this 1 versus 1. He needs to make it a 1 versus 1, and it's so smart from FaZe. They're going to deny that very fact as coldzera turns the corner, and they are both there to greet him. But it's not a friendly greeting. It's a greeting that will result in another round for FaZe. 1 round away from tying it up against SK Gaming in the grand finals here of ECS Season 3 after being down so many rounds. I would never, like, if you would have told me that this could have been possible, James, I would have called you out. I would have said, you're a liar, it's impossible. But here it is, FaZe are doing it.
coldzera, his mind was in the right place, but he just did not have enough. Made a nice rotation to the back of the site, but FaZe were there, FaZe were ready. SK again, the buy between the buys at maximum loss bonus. Bits and bobs, pots and pans. Alu off to a great start. We are running this final down to the wire. 1 round between the 2 teams. The way the first half went, you probably never saw this coming. FaZe 1 round away from tying things up. SK biding their time, maybe waiting for some of FaZe to make their way back towards A. Indeed, Phelps is in A, looking for an opportunity. That might be what SK are waiting on for the time being.
Well, Phelps has indeed got himself a forward position, and it should be a free kill for Phelps. Oh no! He's waited slightly too long. It happens. But it doesn't, you don't want it to happen in a grand final on map 3. Cold against 5. I know he's good, James, but this is definitely quite the obstacle.
40 seconds for him.
And should FaZe win this round, as they are very, very likely to do so, that will be the tied situation. And the momentum with FaZe, can you imagine it?
The money's weird though for SK. Like, Taco's he's gone for the full force buy. He's got no money in the bank. They could have gone for a full buy in the following round, no matter what. But now their money's super weird. Taco with $3,400. For the most part, they're above 5,000. coldzera with 46, so it could be worse, but they'll have slightly less than they could otherwise have in this round. And you wonder why. Perhaps an over-investment in the previous rounds. It's 14-14, you don't want to be starting with a UMP.
This is definitely a situation where your experienced players can lend you some support here. SK Gaming, from a psychological perspective, this must be difficult. FaZe have finally got to the tied game situation right towards the end. We're onto the 29th round of a possible 30, unless there's overtime now. And FaZe look in good shape to potentially take this grand finals if they continue things in this fashion. Can SK do better than FaZe on FaZe's T side? Can they take it to 16-14? Phelps now with the creep here towards the alley position. There is one man close, as he has been playing it. Carrigan with the support of Alu. And Alu can throw flashes, he can try to warp and trade frag. Should it be required, but there's not too much presence there. Fallen meanwhile looking for a pick, something, anything to give an advantage early into this round, to make the call easier. But right now, it seems difficult for SK Gaming.
3 FaZe Clan players patiently waiting in the A bomb site. Smokes towards Carrigan around the IV position, and it's peeking towards main from SK. You've got to be careful though. Alu doesn't miss often. 40 seconds remain. More smokes. FaZe trying to delay the timing of their opponents.
Just enough time for Carrigan to take out the grenade there and switch back to the gun. That was so close, and it's the first frag going to FaZe, and time indeed is so stretched. 20 seconds to plant now as Cold makes another kill onto Carrigan. It's going to be really hard to get this bomb planted though. The CT's all over the bomb train. How do they stop FaZe from winning this round at this point? But going for a desperate play. We have frags all over the place here. 7 seconds to go. We even get a Tico coming in, and it's going to be the round for FaZe. They've made it all the way to tournament point. I cannot believe what I'm seeing right now. One more round for FaZe, and where are SK left? What options do they have?
Unreal. One round so far. One round from SK Gaming. That is quite the comeback. A 13-2 half, and now it is 15-14. Match point for FaZe. Not their first, maybe their last. 4 players starting in the A site for the CTs, depending on Kiyoshima towards B. It's a rare occasion where you see a fast play in towards B bomb site from a T side, and this won't be one of them. Charging in towards A, trying to play the numbers game, but Nico starts off well.
Things looking really, really bad right now, but we have some frags coming in from SK. Cold and Fur delivering. Alu, he's been a problem all train game long as he continues to do so. Nico creeping around the corner. Cold too smart for that. Will take down Nico. And perhaps it's all on Alu and Kiyoshima now to stop this from going 15-15. Now just Kiyoshima. Can he prevent overtime? Can he finish it here? Or will we see yet more overtimes in this grand final as Kiyoshima creeps his way up to the bomb train, looking for every eventuality. His mind racing a million miles a minute at this point as he searches for the next player. Spraydown comes in. Where's the trade fragger? Can't find him in time. It's Fur to make the kill, and SK in dramatic fashion find the 15-15. We're going to overtime.
This is completely bananas, and that has got to fire up the SK side despite all the trouble, the difficulty, the shortage, the lack of victory in that half. The last round takes it to overtime. It's crazy, but can they use that one round and string together some momentum?
That's the thing, isn't it? Because it's like that reset switch, isn't it? It's like the mental reset set switch. Like, okay, guys, money's good. Let's get into this. Let's get our heads into the game. It's the reset. Let's go. A fast round, perhaps, to maybe start things off. We'll see as Fallen does go for the angles very quickly, and we get a forward play in the yard here from the FaZe clan. They've got one man in the E-box, one outside of Pop Dog at the moment. Nico, in fact, going past E-box. He's looking for the Pop Dog angle there with his back exposed to the smoke by T-Main, and it's not actually going to be a fast round. We have SK waiting for a timing here, waiting for Fallen to play off of this smoke to see if he can get something, and oh, what a miss there from Fallen. That could have been the opening, but instead he takes 50 damage, and so will Taco.
We are beyond midnight, and we thank you for sticking with us in this insane final. So much success from FaZe, apart from when it's match point, of course. Cheers. 2 CTs in the B bomb site. Kiyoshima's in a very important position. Lovely angle, helps him avoid the flashbangs as well. Only good for the 1 kill, but Alu's here for a second. Creeping around the site, trying to stop a plant. Oh my God, that is a disgusting angle. Fallen taken away as well. They're back in the lead, FaZe clan.
And look how cold, calm, and collected Alu seems to always be. What a guy to have in the finals by your side. Oh, he goes for the knees, James. He went for the knees. He went for the knees. Ruthless. Alu does indeed bring FaZe into the lead in overtime #1. He's on 32 kills here, leading the way next to Nico on 29 for FaZe at the moment. As we see nades thrown into this A-bomb site. Rain going quickly there, but will he suspect player quickly? Looks like they do. They've thrown Molotovs towards first position. Oh, the flick comes in. Carrigan whiffing as well, though. Down to 22. A missed opportunity for him and his team as Fur could potentially capitalize as he creeps ever nearer. Oh no, Fur coming in from the back. He's going to wait to the last possible moment if he can see a second one as well. Could even pull out the knife in this point. Will he do so in such a tense situation? Waiting with his gun out, wants to see if someone else will peek this position. There's the frag, looks for the next one, but he's done enough here in this position, and now his team can gain even more ground. Look at Phelps go.
Nico, he's been a constant problem on the A site, and he continues to be so. Rain picked off in response to Phelps' frag, and there goes Phelps as well. 3-on-3 for a brief second, but Nico has finally been taken care of. But can SK close out the round? Alu standing tall, standing proud, confident on the A bomb site. Still just shy of a minute on the clock for SK. They're being very patient indeed. Kyoshima making his way towards the IB position again. That does limit the area that can be planted on if he chooses to peek when he hears those beeps. Alu's backed off towards connector.
Yeah, the B players, the B duo, Kyo and Alu have been really good so far in this series. And now it's a 2v3 clutch. Oh, Kyoshima gets some good damage in, actually. There's a lot of the grenades between these two players. They have utility to work with. It's a hard site to retake. You know, where are these T's standing? They have actually they're able to limit some of these positions down towards E-Box, Popdog and teammates. They may have a good idea of where to look. And as I say that, that's a great shot from Alu. But what else would he be able to do? Oh my goodness, around the side of the smoke. Looking to try to tap the bomb again as he throws a flash in desperation. He's lost Kyoshima. 3, 2, 1, the swipes are coming in. It's the spray from Taco that does it though. As SK win the round by the skin of their teeth, 16-16.
This match is descending into complete madness. Who will take the thin lead into the second half? This is the round to tell us. Nice shot there by Fur. Great, Alu, he's just been playing outstanding in this match so far. So many kills from him, and he still looks super chill. 34 kills for Alu at present, leading the charge. Standard start for FaZe, but SK, they've got numbers towards Popdog/B. Attacker will join them. 2 smokes in A. They'll try to keep the CTs entertained, but Nico and Alu are playing very close to connector.
Uh-oh, the jump comes in. Oh, the timing on the flash is absolutely perfect. That's what it's there to do. Deny the AWPer. It's down to Kyoshima now, but it's the AWPer from SK to do it. Alu comes back into play though, looking very scary, but eliminated by Phelps. A very fast move. You have to do it if you're the T side. You've got to get up in those CT choke points. You've got to close the distance, as Phelps now able to maybe even get a flank in. This is absurd stuff from Phelps. Oh, he can't quite capitalize. Close stuff there, but Rain will deny him and keep his teammate alive.
Double AWPs versus a numbers disadvantage. Fallen can't get a second shot off. It's down to Cold. He's against 3. Almost finding the angle. Trying to get closer to the bomb site, but he can't do it. FaZe 17-16. They lead the first half, moving into the second. Such a close game in overtime at the very least.
How do you call this?
Say about normal time.
How do you call this? Maybe you'll go on forever, James. Maybe that is the fate of this grand final between these two teams. It's hard to find out who is better at Counter-Strike here today. Is it SK? Is it FaZe? A lot of support here for FaZe in the crowd. I'm sure they've earned a lot of fans as well from some of their efforts here on the comeback on train. But SK don't show any signs of breaking or folding just yet. We have now the second half beginning of the first overtime between these two teams. It's map 3 of the ECS Season 3 Grand Finals. If you are just joining us, you've missed a hell of a lot. Fallen with a very aggressive angle. Onto team main. A lot of players here from FaZe though, around Popdog. Looking like they want to go for this explosion plate into the A bombs that we'll see though, as they start to take some ground towards B as well. Entering the mid-round, no one's dead just yet, but that will very well might change very soon as we get, oh my god, up and down the ladder Kyo goes, and he still finds a frag.
One minute mark has passed in terms of time remaining. SK playing towards the rear of the B bomb site. Phelps going back and forth around connector, but there's a smoke down there, perhaps deployed by Carrigan, who is around the main area. Can he serve them a fake? Rain around the Popdog position, 3 players above B. FaZe, they're running the clock down. In go the grenades. It's going to bring Taco forward towards the site with Phelps. But ultimately, it seems to be an A play. One player spotted on elevator. Carrigan caught with a grenade in his hand. Cold Zero pre-firing the pop dog area. 2 kills for him. We've got Fallen repositioning. 15 seconds for this bomb to go down. Lovely shot from Rain, but they have to plant. And they're not trying to at the moment. Rain making his way there, but there's a flank from Phelps. Can the bomb go down? He might have to plant it. Immediately can't do it. It's too late. SK have got the round. 17 to 17. Oh, you do not want to have a look at Nico right now. Scary stuff, but indeed the score is tight.
Oh, that was so close. So close. Nico is the man to hit that shot as well. If you appear for a millisecond, he's ready to go. This is kind of insane. Kiyoshima down for a cursory spray. Then the second time, he's like, yep, got it, nailed it. Great defense here from Cold. It's a hard position to play. You've got to be very fast and comfortable under pressure. The Cold. He was born to handle it, born to win. But will SK Gaming win this tournament? FaZe have proven a very, very capable opponent in this finals. So once again, we have Taco now just a bit more aggressive, in fact, with the AWP. That's a great pick off there. Finding his way into a peek onto Kiyoshima down the ladder as well. Great movement here from Taco. Need to have great movement if you want to be an AWPer.
That's one of the most annoying things in CS. When someone peeks past an angle, they miss the first player and shoot the second player at the angle. It's like, why don't you shoot the first guy? I'm the trade fragger. 17 to 17. Early pick for SK. Can they take the lead again? Feels like so long ago they were in the lead for the longest time. Minutes mark passes. 2 players in B for SK. Where is the entrance for FaZe? Well, seems it's right there in Pop Dog. Carrigan running distraction around the IB position as the bomb moves. But where does it move? It's in main at the moment. There are 40 seconds left and Fallen's on the bomb train.
Yeah, they're still actually not in the bomb site. All things considered, you would kind of expect FaZe to actually be in the site now. They're finally making the move there, but as you say, time is really ticking away here. And SK have a really nice setup around the bomb train. They've got to play it passively, which is Cold, towards the alley position. So FaZe really need to speed things up. They could be in a lot of trouble. If anything goes wrong like that, it's going to be hard to plant this bomb. Cold also covering the angle from alley. They can't plant safely anywhere right now. They have to make frags towards connector. And on the bomb train is where Nico's going to plant in the 1 versus 2 clutch here to bring a FaZe ahead in the second half of the first overtime. Nico looking for both players, suspecting of the smoke, suspecting of almost every single position at this point. He just does not know, has to go with his gut. Going up into the heaven spot right now, looking for the first player. SK are taking this slowly right now, seeing whether or not they can just find Nico. Walking around, but he will be waiting up high. There's one, but it's Fur from down below to take him out on the trade, and that will be the bomb defused. It looks like SK are going to be going to 18.
Match point, Brazil. It's been a very long road for both these teams in this grand final. But to be honest with you, Dan, I've got no faith that someone's going to win this anytime soon. I would not be surprised if we go to overtime number 2.
And one thing I said I was excited for going into this map is my expectation, my prediction was that both teams will pour every bit of their hearts and soul into this one, and that's exactly what we're seeing. These guys are being squeezed for all the Counter-Strike that they're worth here tonight in this grand final, and as you said, it's anyone still at this point. 1 round to tie for FaZe, 1 round to win for SK. After a short pause, the players can catch their break in the timeouts. So once again, time to kick things off here. But will it be the last time? I just don't know.
Is this the round? Is this the round? Both teams on rifles and AWP. Taco on the UMP once again. See Nico headed very quickly with the AWP, but that is not the greeting he was expecting. A smoke grenade and Pop Dog, but of course there is time on the clock. Alu very close to a friend. Did he hear the grenade be primed? Even if he did, I don't know what he can really do about it. Making his exit from that position. the margin for error is very small in this round.
And neither team really wanting to give up that first frag, as you'd imagine. Indeed, Ali really wanted to make a play there, but he just couldn't find a good one. Now for investigating. Oh, no! Oh, that is absolutely heartbreaking there for Fer. Turning away, he thought that it was a frag. It's a quick trade, though. What's going to happen here? FaZe, they don't actually sprint into the site off the back of that kill, but look at the response from SK. They're rotating heavily towards the B-bomb site. They've reinforced it, and they've changed their positions massively. In goes Kiyoshima to lead the way here. Looking for the first frag. It's Phelps to take it down, though. Taco waits patiently. Will they expect him up close with the UMP?
They cannot expect this angle. FaZe being patient. Alu is moving through the A site, trying to find something in the meantime, but coldzera moves back. Pretty smart stuff from coldzera, wins the duel as well as the bomb rotates towards Popdog. They've lost their map control now towards B to T, so they've got to commit to this, and there are 20 seconds. coldzera's in that Ivy position, the smoke goes down. Surely he's going to stop this plant from coming in. No, he's got past the angle. Phelps will do the job. Phelps will do the job again. It's SK to take it. Back and forth. So many match points. But ultimately, the Brazilians fend off the insane comeback from FaZe and take the final and the championship.
Honestly, sometimes you just worry, don't you? You get those two epic maps where you couldn't have it even any better. And then you get that third map that delivers. After such a start, we see SK Gaming proving that not only do they have the Counter-Strike, the mechanical skill, the individual skill, the team play, the experience, but they also have the composure and the mental fortitude to take it against some of the best Counter-Strike players and maybe one of the best teams, top 2 team in the world maybe, even some could argue, in the most tense and demanding situation. That's what it takes to be one of the best teams in the world, a team that can lift trophies.
A war of attrition, finally won by the pride and joy of Brazil. SK are your Season 3 ECS champions.
Fallen, you and your team just came off a marathon semifinal all the way into this incredible, long, drawn-out marathon final. Where do you find the stamina?
Yeah, it was very tough at the end. They played super amazing on the city side as well. We thought it would be much easier to close the game, but those guys are warriors as well. And we thought that no game could be better than semifinals, but yeah, this finals was even better.
Well, Kerrigan did say that he wanted to go up against you guys. He wanted to face the best team in the world. Do you think that they gave you the match worthy of that challenge?
What can I say? The opposite. I mean, they were so close to win as well. Those guys are super good. Respect FaZe till the end. I'm very proud of my team. We kept ourselves very strong. Such a difficult game. And all the hard work we put every single day just pays off today. Thanks, everyone.
Fallen, your team is incredible. SK has claimed so many first place finishes this year, so many championships. What makes the Esports Championship Series special?
This one is special because the last time we played this tournament, we lost in the finals. And we want to add trophies to our collection. You guys know it. And winning tournaments are always special things for us because it means that every single minute we spent putting in hard work, giving everything we can to become better into this game just pays off. I mean, we're hard workers and we're very proud of it.
Excellent answers, Fallen. Congratulations to you and your team once again. The winners of the Esports Championship Series 3, your champions and winners of $250,000.
Just a last word. We'd like to thank Ricardo and Camila who live with us and give us support to Prox every day. We'd like to thank our family, my girlfriend. It's actually third brother birthday, so congratulations. This trophy is for you. As first said, and he played as a monster. He deserves to give it to everyone he wants. Galera do Brasil, desacreditar jamais. Brasil acima de tudo. Tamo junto.
Fantastic. Let's give it up once again for SK Gaming.
Another one for the trophy cabinet. SK Gaming start their 45-day European holiday. It's a working holiday at that, with 2 trophies. First in Sweden, they hop on a plane, head to London and grab another. Not only that, a whole lot of cash for the pockets as well. 250,000 is going to SK Gaming. And what a grand final. We often say it's hard to beat the semi-final, especially one of the magnitude that we were gifted today. And the grand final starts looking to deflate. The first 10 rounds of train, eyes are rolling, people are sighing, people are looking at that red X in their browser like, that looks damn good appealing right now, and then bang, the grand final lives up to its name. SK and FaZe pushed to the very limits, not only in endurance, but in pure class. And ECS Season 3 champions are SK. What an adventure. Dazed, Yanko. Whew. We felt like that was gonna be such a sad ending for both storylines. SK don't want to win by a stomp, FaZe don't want to get stomped. And I mean, walk me through train. Sam, I have nothing to say.
I mean, that was just like an incredible comeback by FaZe.
Right?
I mean, it was just led by Nico. We were just watching, just like keeping track of the frag count. We were putting over/under bets. Seeing we were like 35 kills over or under. Like the guy was just insane on that CT side of train. Everything he was doing was successful. Going on top of trains, fighting Ivy, then T-mid, then ladder. It didn't seem to matter like where he was. Just every shot was just so crisp, so clean. Always knew where to look.
Do you have the stat off the top of your head, Yanko? Was it 22 out of how many? The SK have made it to the grand finals of
This is their 27th tournament and 22nd time that they've made top 4.
Listen to
I don't know
that.
how many titles.
Yeah.
A lot of titles.
That's just crazy.
A lot of second places as well. But I mean, obviously a team who's been very consistent over a long period of time. And you just look at this last game and you're thinking, 10 rounds in, FaZe has 10 kills combined. Fur alone has 18. Another amazing map for him. You know, even when the second half started, the rounds were being finished so quickly. It felt like 20 rounds passed in 20 minutes or so. But actually, when FaZe started mounting that combat, you did get flashes to 1.6 and that train where it was perfectly normal to have a 12-3 half for the CTs on one side and then switch sided, and the other team would make a comeback and 13-2. So a very, very crazy game towards the very end.
And let's talk about that ending. I mean, not only Nico, Alu as well was doing fantastic stuff. Fur needs a mention, Sam.
Yeah, I mean, like, I just think SK recomposed themselves, right? Obviously, they probably felt like they should have been able to close that out earlier. The rounds were played extremely quickly on their T side in regulation. Like, I mean, at the 30th round, it was probably like a 30-minute game. Like, it was just so fast. But then overtime came, and they just kind of slowed it down. They took their time, they went back to a different play style, changed things up, and they would just get the bomb down to like 3v3s and whatnot, and then close the round out.
Yeah, I mean, if you need any reminder, if you have just joined us, you know, go back, rewind. You can do that on YouTube and watch it right now. This is just a little glimpse of what you may have missed, but Fur Monster certainly seems to be the right suffix to add to his
God,
name.
Monster, what's next, Beast. He can put whatever he wants in his nickname. He's just been dominating this whole tournament, without a doubt the MVP for the whole thing. And this is where it's very important. You cannot get disheartened no matter what. Like, even though Inferno was your map to lose and you lost it, if you're FaZe, moving on to Train, just if you took a timeout, if you just played the rounds a bit more slowly, you know, you were losing 10-0, it wasn't even 15 minutes have passed. Like, if you only had more time, if you just won an extra round or two, that's all you needed. You always need to think like that. Every single round matters, every single kill matters. It seemed like halfway through that first half, FaZe seemed like a team that was done for.
But how crazy is it? Carrigan says before he ends his career, he wants a best-of-3 win versus SK. and how close he got to putting that, you know, that medal around his neck, and of course lifting the trophy here today on Inferno. And then it just looks like it's all been taken away from him. This was an emotional roller coaster for everyone on that stage.
Yeah, I think they took the lead at what, 15-14, and then SK forces overtime. So they almost had it, Alex. 15-14, just that one round. You win how many rounds in a row before that? And then, of course, SK just, like I said, man, these guys are just champions.
Look at Alu as well. He was doing a spectacular job.
I mean, he was the guy who had a poor game on Inferno, and especially that last round 3v2 situation, you know, it kind of misplay for him. And it seems like he was aware of it because he just seemed like a player that, you know, he seemed like he was very mad. He wanted to kind of, you know, repay his team for it. And the second round that they won on the T side was him getting just a triple or a quad kill, just peeking everyone getting kills. And that's what you need. You need individual heroics to get the team to believe in the actual combat.
You absolutely do, and the highlights just keep on going. And one highlight for SK is that in Taco's hands. That's going to be going. I don't know if you haven't seen it. I'm sure you'll find it on SK's social media. They are running out of space at this point in time. Have you seen they have this mantelpiece in their living room, gaming room, and they're running out of space for trophies. Another one for the pile.
What a terrible, terrible problem.
First world gaming problem.
I don't know how you come back from that.
Have to expand their trophy cabinet, I guess, because I mean, this isn't over. I mean, SK's journey in Europe is going to continue. They've got a boot camp now. They'll be playing European practice, something that we've already heard from them. They've voiced themselves. They say it's the most valuable type of practice we can get in Europe ahead of the major.
And this is not their final form. I mean, SK still has a number of things that they need to address. You know, some of their maps, how they can improve those. Train isn't their top 3 map at the moment, and still they've managed to have really strong performances on it. So there is still room to their ceiling, basically.
And the thing about it is, we know how good they used to be on, you know, like a train or an overpass. So you kind of think they have like a good advantage of just getting back to that form, right? You think once you're that good at it, it's a lot easier to get that good at it again, rather than just build completely from a new map. Actually, but having said that, they used to veto cache, and now their cache is insane. So who knows, man?
There is so much to look forward to for Counter-Strike fans coming up in the next couple of months. This is already a big one. The semi-final, admittedly, fantastic. The grand final, even more so. And as you think about back on this tournament, Yanko, we've learned a lot. Like in terms of lessons learned throughout our 2 to 3 days here in Wembley, we've got a lot of kind of good tests of what's to come for the coming major.
We've learned that the top 3 teams in the world are without a doubt Astralis, FaZe, and SK. And whenever any of those 2 meet in a game, we are in for a treat. So it's going to be up to the other teams. Actually, it's going to be up to G2 to find consistency to, you know, cement their place as a top 4 there. The likes of VP, what's going to happen to them when the major comes around? Which form are they going to show up? You have to remember it's going to be home turf as well. So everyone except Astralis is going to be at Cologne. That's the next big tournament that we're going to have. So very close to the major. Interesting to see how teams approach it.
Yeah, ESL1 Cologne just around the corner as well, and they're going to have some time to practice in between it. Sam, 3 days in London. North America showed up to an extent. What's your biggest takeaway from this other than SK are champions?
Well, I think it shows that Liquid on the right track. I think they improved a lot. Cloud9 played very well as well. I mean, you know, they definitely should have taken that game against FaZe on Mirage. So I think it's just another one of those tournaments that shows that honestly everybody is so close. Like anything can happen on any day.
Yeah.
But I mean, at the end of the day, SK probably wins more often than not, right?
They certainly do. Your champions once more are SK. Taco takes to the center stage. I see you. And he's going to be celebrating hard tonight here in London. There he is, one of the many champions of SK, and we should leave it there. This has been ECS Season 3 Finals. Live from London, the crowd made plenty of noises, some lovely, some not so much, and some still are here as well, and it's been an absolute pleasure to share it with you as well. You guys have been great, showing that the UK certainly does put on a show when it comes to crowds. It's been a 100% success rate so far. With that said, though, we are going to say goodbye. Your champions once more are SK Gaming. Thank you very much for joining us throughout these 3 days. One final thank you to, of course, our sponsor, Alienware. They provided all the PCs that they played games on and did that fantastic show of skill. And with that all said, subscribe to the Face It YouTube channel. Ring that bell. And I've been Machine. He's been Yanko. He's been Dazed. This has been ECS Season 3. We'll see you another time.
If you're a fan of crutches, then get your hands on this. But now let's focus on an even greater product, Taser.com, a competitive gaming platform.
Wow, James, that sure sounds amazing.
It is amazing, Dan. On Taser, you can find the toughest dudes in the galaxy.
I heard it's got all these great features for real gaming.
Yes, it has, Dan. Like a voice communication system. Just post one to your friends.
Wow, James, that sure is cutting-edge technology.
Radios must be within a 10-meter straight line with clear line of sight and sunny weather with no wind.
Do you keep getting wrecked by hacker noobs online? Introducing new Taser security system.
Wow, it's so lightweight. Feels like there's nothing inside.
That's correct, Dan. But there's more.
Behavioral index to keep you from playing with idiots. An easy way to send in your results. Multiple game titles. And here you can see a happy customer.
It's great!
If you sign up within the next 4 minutes, you will get these items for free. James White's best Christmas songs. Watermelon signed by Dan Black.
Vad fan är det här?